A very, very good evening, everyone. Welcome back again for round 2 of the BSRF CLIO Cup Championship in 2025. 2 weeks ago, the first round took place at home base for many, Circuit Zolder, a very challenging and technical track. And for round 2, we are back again at another super technical track, the very sketchy Virginia International Raceway. This time, no rain, fortunately, because it can be quite sketchy in the Renault CLIO Cup in the rain. It's a very dry track and no drops of rain to be expected. High temperatures though, 32 degrees Celsius. And, that's quite normal for that area as well. So a very exciting championship. Right now we still have a couple minutes of qualifying left, 7 minutes to go. I will be hosting the broadcast mainly alone, but Simon is still here to say hello. Hey Simon, what's up?
Hello, good evening guys.
Happy you could make it still, even though you're quite ill, so appreciate still you coming to say hi. We were just talking about it, the times are super close in qualifying, right?
Yeah, exactly, it's very close. We always have these packs that are stuck together, and this round we don't have the issue with the flying pack, so we have like constant qualifying times. Yeah, maybe Q is a thing here.
Yes, looking forward to this one. Lots of cars on track. I think we have 33 cars on the track. Only Geoffrey Vanquet still needs to put the time down, I think. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting race. Lots of cars. Technical track, also a very narrow track. Luckily, the CLIO Cup isn't the biggest of cars, not like the BMW M8, for example. So, that's quite a big difference.
Yeah, but there are some like interesting parts, like after the back straight you have a very interesting brake position where you can make a move, absolutely. But then again, it's the characteristics of Virginia where you have these wide runoffs with grass. You don't want to get in there because once it catches you, you are in there for like ages.
Yes, indeed. I do prefer to get on the grass than into the wall, so that's also something. We still have a couple minutes to spare, so I suggest I will have a look at the point standings. First of all, we're going to have a look at the overall standings, and it's Lucas Twaalman absolutely dominating the first 2 races. So there's 2 20-minute races. Twaalman drove in first from the first lap till the last lap in the first heat, and then started in P8 because there's a top 8 reverse grid. And still managed to get the win. Also, his teammate Christophe Herbignot, absolutely dominant in the first race, was driving in P2 for the whole race almost, and then unfortunately had to give away his second place to I think it was it Kers? I'm not sure. I think it was Kers at the line because he had a slowdown, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He lost, I think, 2 places, but that was because of a slowdown. So he had to take it, otherwise it's like 15 or 20 seconds you lose.
Yes, absolutely. And then he would have dropped down a lot more places because the pack was absolutely super close. So Christophe Herbignot in second, then it's Maarten Kers, François Strat, and Dylan Da Costa in 5. Colin and Robroek then, and then we have the first AM, if I'm not mistaken, and that's Laurens de Vlier. So let's have a look at the AM standings. Then it's of course Laurens de Vlier in first with I think almost a perfect score, 103 points. Is that the absolute maximum, Simon?
Well, I have to think because we have the extra points because of the fastest lap. He didn't got all the fastest laps, so he got the qualifying pole and I think 1 fastest lap. And then you can also get points for a race without incident points. So I think there are 1 or 2 extra still possible.
Okay. Oh, timing disappeared for a second there. Okay, then it's Christophe de Leek, also very strong performance with 88 points, and Rick Born also on the podium. Then it's Van der Smissen and Van Hoenacker in 5, Agnesis in 6, then Lemmens, Simon, Mike Ploeg, first of all of the females, and then Serge Dendas in the top 10.
Yeah, really close back down there.
Yes, indeed. Also, the starts were quite challenging. Of course, there was a mix of wet and dry tires because the weather was wet, but it did dry throughout the race. I think it rained less and less, if I remember correctly. So there was a visible difference in pace between the two tires, but mainly on the straights and in the corners, the one outperformed the other. So we won't see those tires, I think, this race. If all goes good, every driver should be on the dry tires.
Yeah, otherwise they will get a problem.
Yes, I'm not sure if they can make it through the race.
Even though you have to wait a long time before you can change the slicks, I think it's dry enough here.
Absolutely. Let's see. Herbignot is in pole position right now. He just did his best lap, 205.9, just 300ths of a second faster than Da Costa.
Yeah, and if we have a look down that pack, it's like, yeah, like from the highest is like 0.6 of a second until Belfort. Then we have a bigger gap. And then again, Lorenz de Vlieger dominating the AM,
Yes,
3 tenths
absolutely.
faster than the second in his class. So yeah, I think he's really into this Clio. It seems like it's his car.
Yes, let's have a look at each class. Lorenz de Vlieger, then it's De Leek and Van der Smissen for now. 10 seconds left on the clock. And then I think it will be a hard stop of the session. Then Das in 4th, Simon in 5th, and then it's Mike Ploeg. Oh, Christian Collin just improving his time right on the buzzer. So that was a really close one. So that's good for a P7. Let's see if I can show the grid. There it is. So the first row, Christophe Herbignot next to Dylan Da Costa. Then it's Jentel van Tielen. Sorry, I had to look in the timing. François Strat, Lucas Taalman and Mathieu Collin, Delforge and Timmermans, Biesmans and Robroek. Then it is Maarten Kerfs and De Vlieger, first of the AM class. Then De Leek and Goosse. So De Leek starting right behind De Vlieger. That's a good sign. Oh, excuse me. Van der Smissen en Dendas, Verstraeten en Simon. Mike Ploeg, Christian Collin. Then 21 is Stefan Le Guin and Agnesis. Musin and Hendricks in 24th. Dekkers en Van Hoenacker. Then it's Xavier and Lemmes. Kloos en Born, Van Kets, Husta, and last in the grid is Ellen Lass. Still waiting on a couple of drivers to join us on the grid. Big pack of cars waiting for the pole sitter, Christophe Herbignot.
Yeah, hopefully everyone takes the right setup.
Yes, absolutely. So there's two 20-minute races to be raced. It's going to be very exciting, I think. I'm curious about what's going to happen at the start because, as I said, it is a very, very narrow track, and we'll see in a couple of moments. Engines are revving, lights are going on. And green, green, green. Very good start for Herbignot. Bad start, I think, for... is it Van Thiel? I think it is Van Thiel. A bit of a slow start. Taalman immediately on his rear end, moving the steering wheel just to make Van Thiel nervous, maybe. It's Herbignot, of course, first through T1, followed by Da Costa. Van Thiel is still in third, but it's going to be a close call because Strat and Taalman are right behind him. Strat and Talman were also besides each other. Delforge already moved up a place as he disappeared from the screen, but there he is again. Good start as well for Lorenz Vlier, maintaining his position. Christophe de Leek is not far though, he's very close actually. Let's see as the pack moves through the first lap. It changed the overlay as well. Talman followed by Delforge. And there, I think, is it Brian Timmermans? Brian Timmermans goes straight on. A bit of an off track there for Jarne Biesmans. There are the cars on the overlay again, so that's going to be a bit easier to watch. Side by side action there for Le Guin and Hendricks.
Snake goes down the line.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, now it's just to focus on your race, because once you lose the draft, you will be the one that gives draft to others, and then maybe you get overtaken. So it's important to stay in your pack.
Yes, indeed. I was just checking the volume levels. If anyone's watching and something is not right on the stream, just please let me know so I can adjust. I think I'm going to adjust my volume a little bit downwards because I can be quite excited. Talman moving up into fourth. Looks like it on the screen, but the move isn't finished yet. François Strat is not giving up easily. Talman really wanting to move up the grid as fast as possible because Delforge is not letting him go. Oh, almost, I think it was wheel-to-wheel contact. Delforge now on the inside, and that's not what Talman wants. And Strat staying in fourth. Also Mathieu Collin following the guys, and then it's a little gap to Jarne Biesmans.
And maybe just in between, Max Muset already took advantage of, I don't know what, but he got 6 places population with the starting position, so really good start there.
Yep, very good start indeed. Bad start for Brian Timmermans because we saw him going off track. I think it was around this corner. Yeah, it was here. So that's not the best of starts. Also, Luca Klose, very good start, moving up 6 positions. I'm starting to wonder if something happened at the start, if there was maybe an incident in the back that we didn't quite see. But that could be the case, because that was also the case for the 2 starts at Zolder, if I remember correctly. So that's shit happens.
Also, sometimes it's just that you didn't get the qualifying quite in, and maybe in the race you can profit from a bit of the mess at the start.
Absolutely, Da Costa was really on Herbignot's ass there, but dropped a little bit, and that's a good sign for Jento van Thiele, who will want to move past him because Strat is not making his life easy. See how close they are driving. It's so exciting to watch the Renault CLIO Cup. Not only in real life, but also in sim racing, I think. Oh, and there he goes. Strat on the inside from Van Thiele. On the outside, I'm sorry. Van Thiele does manage to stay ahead, but the move isn't finished yet. Very good one from Strat. He gets past and is getting closer and closer to Da Costa as well. Oh, aggressive move on the inside. Van Thiele moving up to the inside, but didn't quite make it. Oversteer and a track cut, I think, for Strat.
Yeah, there was a bit of a touch, but well managed from Strat. He got the oversteer directly in hand, so really good save there. That's also the advantage of the Clio, like it can do some hits, it can do a little bit of oversteer before you lose the car, so it's really the key point why you want to see this car on the track, because it's just so nice.
Ooh, position switch. Is it? Strat is dropping behind. I wonder what happened. Maybe some contact happened. So Da Costa still in second, Ventile in third now, and Talman into fourth.
Yeah, it didn't look like an off track, but maybe he lost, with the little mistake, he lost so much speed that the others could just get past. I don't know.
Yep, could be the case. Let's have a look at Jarde Biesmans leading the second pack. 1.3 seconds behind Strat, but Robroek is quite close. And behind Robroek we also have Kerfs, and then it is the leader in the AM class, Lorenz Vlieger. De Vlieger with a small gap of 4/10 to Christophe Deleek. Position switch between Hendricks and Musin. Hendricks moving past Musin. And now also Stefan Le Guen is moving past Musin.
Yeah, there seems to be maybe at the end there of the round he didn't get the corner right and lost a lot of speed.
Yeah, could be possible indeed. Let's have a look at the other pack. There is Kevin Dekkers on the outside. Can he attack on Geoffrey Vankets? Does look like he's got some more pace into him. He did drop back a little bit, Kevin Dekkers, but as a pro driver he should be able to make his way through the pack. Robroek now really close behind Jarde Biesmans. Less than 2/10 of a second. There we see the leader as well. This is going to be some bum drafting, I think. Just to get further in front of Maarten Kers. And that way Robroek will be able to attack without being threatened to lose his position. François Strat did drop back, but he's not letting go of Colin. Maybe he has some more pace.
Yeah, but they did lose the pack in front, so there's some time lost.
Yeah, some time lost indeed. Da Costa now less than 2/10. That's just bumper racing. They're getting so close. It's amazing.
Yeah, and also now with the bump draft, it's a point of who can get the fastest lap without an incident point, of course. So there's also an extra point you get.
Yes, indeed. Lots of points to be won today.
Yeah, there are some extra points, which makes it more spicy and more interesting for all the guys and girls on the track.
Like
So it
what?
isn't just about like a race without an incident points gets an extra point for a clean race. Then the pole per class gets an extra point, and the fastest laps per race also per class.
Perfect. Yep, that's a lot of points to be won indeed. So more than 103 apparently, because that's what Lorenz Vlieger scored last time.
Yeah, that adds up in all the rounds, so it's really something you have to keep an eye on.
Yep, it's a whole other way of racing, let's say.
Yeah, but François Strat now also passed Mathieu Collin, so maybe he can get back to the pack because it seemed like he was a bit holding up there. But let's see how he can manage that because there is a gap of like around 3 seconds to Jonathan Belforge.
Yes, indeed, he did get past Mathieu Collin. We didn't see it on the screen, I think. Now he does have a gap to close to Delforge, almost 3 seconds, so that's quite long. But we only just passed the halfway mark, so 10 more minutes on the clock. So that should be around 5 laps to go. Maybe 6, but I doubt it. Flashing lights of Mathieu Collin trying to distract his opponent. Herbigno was under attack of Da Costa for a second, I think. Robroek now. Oh, that's Biesmans off track. So Robroek moving into 8th position. And he does have a clear track now. So a shame for Biesmans now on the inside of Gosses. Followed by Timmermans as well.
Yeah, and you saw it perfectly what we said. Once you get in the grass, it's seconds you lose.
Big off track there, I think, for Biesmans. I'm not sure about the track limits, but it did look like that was a 1x. And of course, we do have to make sure to stay under the 10 incident points, because that means a drive-through, right?
Yes, exactly. So we already had it in the last race. To get 10x, it's a drive-through, and then that race pretty much over.
I think Biesmans got a slowdown penalty because he did let go of the pack. So that must have been a slowdown. I can't imagine why he would do it otherwise. Let's have a quick look a bit further down the pack. In P26 we have Ignaces less than 3 tenths behind Kevin Dekkers. And seems to be closing the gap quite quickly. So that might be an opportunity later on in the race. The top 3 is so close still. Less than half a second between the 3 of them. Herbigno.
Yeah.
Yep.
It will be interesting if some of them are holding back because they don't want to do the front work. So maybe they're holding back until the penultimate or the last lap. So that will be interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's lots of big straights on the track, so we do have a slipstream effect, I think. If you get close enough, there should be enough time to make a pass. Especially when teams start working together. Of course, Thalmann is a little bit too far behind to work together with Christophe Herbigno. But that's what they did in Zolder as well, some bum drafting. Because they were P1 and P2, but then in the end they did battle it out. Unfortunately, Herbigno had to give it away right before the line after the last chicane. So shame for him. He's going to learn from that one, I'm sure, and I'm sure he did already, because he's been leading the pack for the whole 13 minutes of the race. 6.5 minutes to go now.
Yeah, and Zolder is a track where you can easily get an off track and a slowdown, so that's not that much of a problem here in Virginia. But still, when you have the pressure from, what are there now, 5 guys behind, 4 guys, that's a big thing, so you can't do a mistake. Of course, it's nice if you have your teammates around you, but that's also sometimes hard because especially them you don't want to hit, so...
I cannot agree more. Lorenz de Vlieger still leading the AM class. Christophe De Leek is not far though. He's been close for the whole race. They started in front of each other. De Vlieger started in 8th overall, I think. And Christophe De Leek right behind him. And he's been behind him ever since.
It's a pretty close battle and no time for De Vlieger to let himself down.
What do we have here? I think it's Stefan Leggen who dropped back. Did he have a slowdown? I'm not sure. Oh, I think he had a crash. There should be a replay which I can retrieve. Julien Agnesis made the pass in front of Dekkers, and so now also the position on Stefan Leggen. Let's have a quick look at the replay. He was driving all by himself. Did he make a small mistake? Maybe he touched some grass. You see some oversteer. Oh, yeah, some oversteer. Not really a crash, though. He did save it quite neatly, but that does cost him some time, unfortunately. Less than 5 minutes to go.
And that's a track on this corner, especially your car gets so lightweight because it's you are so fast and you do light braking then into the lemon tree corner. Unfortunately, there's no tree anymore. And the car gets so light, so it's so easy to lose your rear end. But he managed to save it well, and it was good that no one was directly behind him, so it ended up without damage.
Yes, indeed. Lucky him. Da Costa getting close again, but not making a move yet. 4 minutes to go. Maybe he's playing the patient game, but I wouldn't be too patient if I were him. Van Thiele staying really close behind him. Thalman as well. And then Delforge closes the top 5. After that, it's François Strat, but there's quite a big gap that they're not going to close. Biesmans making a pass on Roses on the back straight. Next target for him will be Brian Timmermans. Of course, Jarde Biesmans was already in front of them, but made the mistake. That's why he dropped down. Let's have a look at Mathieu Collin now in P7, followed by Robroek, but there's a quite comfortable gap. He has a completely clear track. 1.3 seconds is the gap to François Strat.
Yeah, I think now they get nervous. It should be the last lap, so everybody wants to do a last move, but there's also a lot to lose now.
Absolutely. Let's quickly go on board with Lucas Thalman to have a feeling on the CLIO Cup. Oh, he moves to the inside but doesn't make a move. Stays behind Jentel Van Thiele. This is where you need to use the whole track. Make the line as straight as possible. Enjoy the slipstream if you can. There, another section of SS. Should be full speed in the Renault Clio, but can be quite sketchy still. Especially with the rain, I think. So I'm quite happy there's no rain for them. I think it would have been quite spectacular to see, but this is close racing at its finest. Oh, a mistake of Thalman! That's a mistake of Thalman going off track a little bit. Delforge makes the pass. And that must have been the commentator's curse, because I haven't seen him making any mistakes so far. That puts Thalman back at his starting position, and Da Costa right on the tail of Christophe Herbignot, Thalman's teammate from Delatraz Racing, if I'm not mistaken. Delatraz Automotive, I was mistaken.
Yeah, maybe he's also staying behind because he knows if he does a move, Jentel can maybe pass him. And for the second race, top 8 will be inverted, so he starts to be in front of Christophe.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant race by Jonathan Delforge, by the way. Moving up from P7 until P4, and the race isn't even finished yet. Ooh, Jentel Van Thiele going to the outside of Da Costa. Can he make something of it? I don't think so, but that does create an opportunity for Jonathan Delforge. He moved to the inside a bit, but not enough. I think Maarten Kers is dropping behind as well. He had an off track, as we see. Oh, there is Delforge on the inside. Quite a touch between Delforge and Van Thiele. Van Thiele gains the position again, but they stayed side by side for a while. That means that Da Costa has a gap to Van Thiele, and that should create the opportunity for Da Costa to go all in on overtaking Herbignot. This should be the last lap of the race as well. I didn't see a white flag, but
yes,
I suspect it is.
Yeah, it's strange. Like in the replay, we also had it in Zolder. We didn't see the white flag, but I just checked the time again, and we just had like 10 seconds to go from the time. So this is the last lap, and now we have the last straight to do a move.
Yes, absolutely. Let's have a look. Da Costa, the gap is closing down due to slipstream, less than 2/10 of a second. Cars almost touching. I think only one car, one Clio could fit in between them. And that isn't a lot. Da Costa going a little bit more to the inside. Ooh, contact bumper to bumper. But Herbinho managed to keep control of the car. And I think that's it for the first heat. So a big win for Herbinho, starting from pole position and taking the win. Strong race of Da Costa as well in third position. Then Van Tielen and Delforge. Taalman unfortunately moved back to fifth place. François Strat as well, strong performance. Then we have the leader in the AM after Colin and Robroek. We have Loris de Vlieger, followed by Christophe de Leek in P2. Third in the AM class should be, yes, it is Serge Dendas, followed by Stefan van der Smissen. It's another pack of cars going over the finish line. Amazing first heat, I must say, quite clean, less incidents than we saw in Zolder at the start. Maybe there was something, but we didn't really see it on the stream, I think. So very strong race of all the drivers. Let's see who still has to finish. This is Dekkers. Yanking the steering wheel. Should see Born coming in over the finish line, followed by Mathieu Hustin. And then we only have Geoffrey Van Kets and Ellen Leijsen. Good first heat of the race. I must say we do have to wait for everyone to come over the finish line so I can show you the results. Should be quite soon. There is Ellen Leijsen, second female on the grid, crossing the finish line with a car that's in one piece, so that's always a good accomplishment. And there we have it. Let's have a quick look at the results of the first heat before we go into the small break. So Christophe Herbinho, strong win, but only 1/10 in front of Dylan Acosta from Fast Lane RT. Jentel Van Tielen, I think it was, yes, in third, so podium finish for him. Jonathan Delforge just missing out on the podium after a very strong race. Then it's Taalman, Strat, Colin and Robroek. Then we have the first AM, that's Laurens Vlieger, followed by Christophe de Leek. Then three more pro drivers, Kerfs, Timmermans and Goossens. P14 is for AM Serge Dendas as the final podium finisher for the AM class. Stefan van der Smissen, Kurt Verstraeten, and then Meike Ploeg. Jarne Biesmans in 18. Laurent Hendricks, Max Musin, and then the rest I will just show you. Good race, I think, Simon. I really enjoyed it to watch it. Such close racing. Yep. Clean racing as well. Maybe some bumper kisses, let's say, but that's just some friendly love, let's say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a pleasure to watch these guys racing in these cars. So such a close action, like we had all the packs down the line. No incidents during the race. So yeah, it's awesome racing. Just makes so much fun to watch.
Absolutely. Of course, we also have the AM Championship, so that means another 50 points for Laurens de Vlieger. maybe more if he got some fastest lap or extra points, like you said. So that's going to be good for his championship. He's going to extend his lead even more. I think his teammate, not his teammate, I think Christophe Deleek from Stan Motor, he was also, yeah, he was second in the championship with 88 points, so lots of points for him. And his teammate Serge Dendas, who scored some good points as well. He's going to definitely move up in the championship standings as he is in a P. Let me see. 10 right now. All
Yeah, I'm
right.
just surprised. I don't know what happened with Rick Vaughn because he had a very good start and at Zolder. I think he did fall back at the start, but yeah, let's see in the second heat.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure what happened there, but it is what it is. We saw a good race, so that means there is a couple minutes left in the warm-ups. 7 more minutes, so I suggest we do make a small pit stop, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. See you in a couple. Alright then, we are back again for the second heat of tonight's race at Virginia International Raceway. The first heat was very exciting, a big win for Christophe Herbignot from Royal Automotive, and another one on the list for Loris de Vlieger, having a perfect sheet. Let's see if the grid is available, because we will have a top 8 reverse grid. Grid should be coming up as now. Yeah, there it is. So Robroek starting in first, next to Mathieu Collin. Second row Strat and Tallman. Then it's Delforge and Van Thiele. Da Costa and Herbignot will be on the fourth row, followed by the AMs De Vlieger and De Leek. Then it's Maarten Kerfs and Brian Timmermans, followed by Goossens and Dundas. Stefan van der Smissen next to Kurt van der Straten. Then we have Meike Ploeg and Jarne Biesmans, Hendricks and Musin, Lemmens and Collin, Simon and Agnesens in 24th. We're almost there. Xavier and Leguen, then it's Kloze and Van Hoenacker, Born and Hustin, followed by Van Kets, Dekkers and Leijsen. And that's right on time to get to the start of the race. Lights are going on, engines are revving, and it's green lights for the second heat of the race. Very strong start of, I think, François Strat, or maybe he jumped the start, I'm not sure, but he is moving up into first immediately. Must be an amazing start, or we will see him jumping into the pit lane quite soon. Let's see, there is Herbignot moving into 7th position, passing Van Thiele, Dylan Da Costa as well. He's in 6th right now. Must be a bad start for Van Thiele.
Yeah, Van der Smissen got onto the grass and has gone straight through in turn 1, so he lost some positions.
That's was
Collin.
it? Yeah, it was Collin, Mathieu Collin. With the contact. Oh, now some more contact with Herbignot and Strat. That's as well Delforge side by side with Mathieu Collin. Still, no, and is Delforge and Da Costa as well. No, not Da Costa. Oh, a bit wide there, Van Thiele. Now Tallman in 3rd position, defending to Da Costa, because now we will have to defend to Delforge, because Da Costa got past. Delforge in 4th position again. There is an off track.
Brian Timmermans going very wide.
Yeah, that's Brian Timmermans indeed.
And François Strat, he got a nice start, pull away with a big gap, so that's already good for him.
Absolutely. Tallman moving it to 2nd place past Robroek. It looks like it's Maxime Robroek leading a train of French race cars. Mathieu Collin losing 4 positions on the first lap. That's not a good sign for him. He'll have to make up for it. Christophe Herbignot still in 7th. He'll have to make an effort to make his way past everyone. Jentel Van Thiele in 8th position in front of Loris de Vlieger, with a comfortable, smart thing to do, so that other people's races are not ruined. I also see Luca Kloze moving back. He also made a spin or an incident, so that's not good for his performance. Kevin Dekkers already moving up 11 positions since the start. That's very strong. And now we have Herbignot into 5th, so it can go quite quickly sometimes. You know, because of Da Costa's crash. Was it Da Costa and Collin? I think
Collin,
it was.
Yes.
Oh, contact again. The the aggression is rising. The friendly driving is over, I think. Delforge going past Herbignot again. Lemons also made one hell of a start indeed. He's in 10th position now, 11th position after starting in 21st. And he's following Brian Timmermans closely. Merkeploeg also dropping back. She made an off track here. Let's see if she can rejoin the track safely. And yes, she does. There will be some debris on the track, which can cause a loss of grip. But all drivers behind her seem to be managing fine. Robroek is still in 3rd position after losing his first position to François Strat at the start. François Strat is still on track, so that does mean he has the reaction level of a Formula 1 driver. His start looked to be amazingly fast reaction time. Jentel Vatiel really close behind Robroek. Let's see if Jentel can make the move in the next section. Ooh, this seems like a good time. Is he going to make something of the situation? Yes, he does. He's going to the inside. Ooh, Robert goes really wide and he loses another position. That means that Delforge is following the tracks of Van Thiele, moves up into 4th. Jentel Van Thiele on the podium and leading the train behind Strat and Thalmann.
Yeah, if you lose the exit there, it's for sure that you get overtaken by more cars. So that's exactly what happened. But also a tricky corner to make the pass, but yeah, they did it nice.
Yep, Hendricks lost a couple of positions recently. Lost three or four positions due to an off track, but does manage to continue the race. Oh, Agnesis is off track as well. Seemed to be in the tire wall. Did continue his race, but he does lose all the positions he gained. Delforge going into 3rd position now, still battling it out. Oh, that's a sandwich. Van Thiele in the middle between Delforge and Herbignot. Herbignot now in front of Delforge. I think this battle is going to continue for quite a while. 7 minutes into the race, 13 minutes to go. I think it could go on for even longer, as long as it stays clean. Let's see, Herbignot. Oh, aggressive there on the inside of the corner. Let's hope he doesn't take a slowdown penalty. Oh, I think that was so close. That must have been contact.
Yeah, and François Strad and Lucas Thalmann are taking that with warm pants, so they just get on with it and push forward. They have now gap with over 2 seconds, so they may be already quite safe.
Think so. Let's have a look a little bit further. This is the battle between Verstraeten, Dendas and Goossens. Ooh, is Dendas going to the inside? Yes, he is. Does he make it? I think he does. He's completely side by side, and now he is on the outside. Oh, oversteer, but he did correct it without losing the time. Still on the inside now, and he is completely passed. That's a proper pass on Kurt Verstraeten.
Yeah. Jonathan Delforge seems to have a drive-through penalty.
Or what is he doing? Is he going to stop?
No, he has to drive through, I guess.
But then
Oh,
why
it's
does he
just
stop?
stopping.
Mm,
That I don't know. Maybe he has a black flag. Hard to tell. It's very unfortunate for him after
Yeah,
the nice first race, a good position for the second race. So
absolutely. He was very strong in race one. Immediately caught up with the top guys in race two. So that's a shame. Not sure what happened there. You never know. Maybe there's someone at the door. Pizza delivery.
mm,
Herbigno really attacking those curbs and the grass as well.
yeah, the contract with BSF was that he mowed the grass here.
Mageploeg in ninth position in her class. Leading in front of Timothée Simon, Florent Hendricks. Oh, I do hear... yep, I did hear something. And it is Max Musin going off track here. Maybe some contact that pushed him into the wall. I'm not sure. Closest now. Close behind Verstraeten. Is Verstraeten going to lose another position or not? Let's have a look. Nothing happening right now, but at the front, Talman came really close. Less than a tenth of a second was the gap. Did we... I thought there was going to be a position switch at the lead, but as I said it, Rosses did make it past Verstraeten. Not sure how he did it, but he did. Also, Herbigno now almost side by side with Van Thiele. Now some contact on the right rear of Van Thiele. Herbigno really making it clear that he won the first race and wanting to go past him. Position switch so far in the top 4, in the top 5. Maybe Robroek now. He does stay really close to Herbigno, and that doesn't make it easy for Herbigno to make a move past Van Thiele, because just like that you can lose a position instead of gaining one. Good slipstream now for Lucas Taalman from Delatraz Automotive. Let's see what they can do. They're teammates, by the way, so they won't be too aggressive, but they will battle it out, just like we saw with Taalman and Herbigno in Zolder. They do have the same livery, but I think the spec map is a little bit different. Taalman's one is really shiny.
You have the red and the blue mirrors, if I'm correct.
Yeah, indeed. And the mirrors of Herbigno are yellow, I think.
Yes.
That makes it quite easy to have a look. Van Hoenecker making a pass on Van der Smisse. Van der Smisse was battling for quite a while with him, so he does make it past now. That's was a battle for 5th position in class. Yeah, no changes so far. We do see another off track for Max Musin, so that's not going to be good for his pace. But he didn't lose a position, so that's a good thing. Let's see a bit further back how is Julien Agnes is doing. He has quite a clear track. I did see some mud, so he went off track as well. Oh yeah, he did went off track. Lost one position and now tries to stay ahead of Delforge. So Delforge is in the race, but he did drop back completely. Now in 13th position, coming from third or fourth. That's a real shame. Let's have a look at Maxime Robroek, taking us through the corners and over the curbs. With those with those CLIO Cups, you can be really aggressive on the curbs, so that's always nice to do on a track like this. Can be really rewarding, but also really punishing. Robroek in 5th, chasing Herbignot and Van Thiele. Herbignot is going to make a move, maybe on the outside, pushing Van Thiele to the inside. That's the better line, but can be challenging still. Oh, a little bit of contact. Wheel, bumper to bumper, coming out of the corner. Van Thiele is staying ahead. Defending on the inside, trying to stay on the inside a little longer to close the line. In the meanwhile, Taleman still not making the pass on Strat. He does have the time to do it still. There's 4 minutes to go on the clock, but if I were him, I would get right to business. Herbignot and Robert closing in on Van Thiele here in the fast sweeping section. There they go, almost bumper to bumper on the curbs. In the meanwhile, I see that Julien Agnes had a crash and jumped to pit lane. Let's have a quick look at it. Oh, that's a contact.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a contact. And yeah, oh, he rolls the car even. Looks
Yeah, I
like
did some breakdancing there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, no
Yeah,
position switch, but still, they're
I
going
think
on.
it wasn't even something intentional, just a
Yeah,
different angle coming out of that turn. So
yeah.
really unfortunate. Yeah.
Might be some netcode involved as well, because we've seen a lot of close racing, and a netcode is something that can always happen. Here, it's 3 cars side by side. That's Hendricks, Maaike Ploeg, and Kevin Dekkers, maybe? I think it's
Yes.
Kevin Dekkers. And Kevin Dekkers gaining the positions. Yes, it's Kevin Dekkers. Hendricks in the middle, and then Maaike Ploeg. Robroek did drop back. Oh, no, he's still there. He's close as ever. Lemons, we haven't seen much of him. He's in 3rd position in class, and he has a track to himself. For him, it looks like just a regular track day right now, because there is not much, not much cars inside. But for Van der Smisse, it definitely is not, because he's being chased by Van Hoenacker and Born.
Yeah, so that's all for position in the same class. So it's really important to get the positions, because there's a lot of difference regarding the points you get after the race.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have to update the standings after this one for the next race, and I think we'll see quite some differences compared to just after last round. Still good performances from Thalman, so he might be able to stay in front in the overall championship. But good points gained from Herbignot as well. And if Strat manages to stay in front, that could be a big one for him as well.
Yeah, like Royal Automotive is performing once again. Of course, we have one drop round, so even for Dylan, who pushed out in the second race, there's nothing lost because we have 4 more rounds to go, and you also have the drop round. But now at the front, Strat and Talman really doing an awesome job, putting in these lap times, gaining even more space between or to the group from P3, P4, P5. So awesome job done there.
Yes, indeed. They just went over the finish line for the penultimate time, so this is the final lap of the race. Oh, move to the outside here. Herbigno trying to upset Van Thiele and gain the better line. Is he going to be able to go on the inside now? Yes, he does. He is going on the inside, but he does have the outside in the next corner. And that puts him still in P4, but it isn't finished yet. Side by side almost. No, I think it's Van Thiele who is going to stay in front. But he's going to have to defend hard until they cross the line once again. Same for Strat and Talman, but Talman still over 2/10 behind Strat, so something will have to happen to Strat to make an easy pass. I don't think this will be easy at all. Oh, and there goes Talman off the track, getting on track again without losing anything. Herbigno now really close, less than a tenth. No move there. Van Thiele closing the door. De Vlieger, strong race as ever. P6 overall right now and P1 in class. With Kerfs behind him.
Yeah,
oh,
awesome
did we
from him once
see?
again.
Yeah, there they go, side by side. Is this the move for Herbigno? Jentel Van Thiele still in front. Oh, some contact wheel to wheel. And I think that's it for Herbigno. Van Thiele should have the position. He still has it, and the gap is getting bigger and bigger. 4/10 of a second. Checkered flag is waving, and that's going to be François Strat taking the win of the second heat, followed by Talman. There is Van Thiele with a well-deserved third position, and Herbigno as well, strong race, as well as Maxime Robroek. De Vlieger in first position, followed by Kerfs, and then Christophe de Leek, another P2. So that's some very good points again this time. Peter Gors is coming in at P10. And then it's Lemmens and Van der Smissen. Born and Van Hoenacker. Then it's Timothée Hendricks, Meike Ploeg, coming in 18th. Colin in P10 in his class. Then it's Dekkers, Musin, Delforge coming in eventually at P10. So he gained 3 positions after he dropped to the pits. Mustin, Le Guin. Ooh, Le Guin without a front bumper. He must have done something.
Jentel showed last week that it isn't an issue for this car.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true. Geoffrey Vanquet's coming in P25, but P12 in his class. Ellen Lasse coming in this time in P13 in her class, improving by 3 places compared to the first heat. Good performance. And I think it's... Has everyone crossed the finish line? Let's see. No, results are not in yet. Unfortunately, someone should still pass the finish line. I think, yeah, that's... doesn't matter. There it is. The final standings overall for the second heat of tonight. François Strat and as well on the podium, Talman and Van Thiele. Herbigno, Robroek, then it is De Vlieger, another big points scoring effort for him. Kerfs, De Leek, Timmermans, And closing down the top 10 goals, Jarne Biesmans, Simon Lemmens, Van der Smissen, Born, and then Van Hoenacker in 15th, followed by Timothée Simon, Hendricks, Meike Ploeg, and Colin, Mathieu Hustin or Hustin in P20, followed by Musin, Le Guin, Delforge, Van Kets, Ellen Leijzen, Kevin Dekkers, Kurt Verstraeten, and Serge Dendas. Then to close off the standings, some non-finishers, Agnesis, Da Costa, Colin, Klose, and Xavier due to some unfortunate crashes, but hey, shit happens. Alright then, let's see if we have some people in the waiting room for an interview. Not yet, they are still shaking from the nerves from racing. But overall, I must say it was an amazing race to see again. Heat 1, Heat 2, both exciting races. Maybe Heat 1 was a little bit cleaner, Heat 2, then the nerves started to rise. People had more of a feeling with the car, maybe, and they challenged themselves a bit more. So, yep, I think it was.
Yeah, it's a bit more of chaos because of the top 8 inverted, of course, and you want to get to the front as fast as possible. But yeah,
That's it indeed.
Christoph is there. He's just in the other channel. He's in the briefing channel.
Aha.
So maybe we can already get him.
Yes. Hey, Christoph. How are you doing?
Oh, really good. I'm really happy with the win in the race one.
Yes, congratulations! Super strong performance. Just like your teammate last time, starting in first and finishing in first. It's always a very good feeling, isn't it?
Yes, it was a really good feeling. It was so good to see the position of my teammates. Yes, this race one is really good for me. I would like to thank Dylan because it's a race really fair and it was really important to keep a good position during all the race. And yes, this victory is really good. It's not easy to overtake on this track. The draft is really important, and yes, the opportunity of overtake are really difficult. And yes, it's really good to finish P1 on the race one. The race two, it's not really good for me because it's not easy with the P8 on the start line. But yes, I'm happy with the P4. It's not bad for the championship.
Yeah, especially like you said, it's super technical track, very hard to overtake. Although there are some straight lines, it's not always easy to make the pass. It's a very cornery track, let's say.
Yes, it's really difficult, and I would like to thank my teammates because it was a really good race. And yes, it was really close during the two race, especially in the race two for me. The fight with Jentel Van Tillen was really close. But yes, it's a very good championship with the close battle, and it's really fun for the drivers.
Yes, absolutely. I think Simon and myself also enjoyed it really much. Big points have been won by Delatrez Automotive, so indeed, good effort from the team. I think you've all showed super strong pace, so congratulations, and I would say good luck in preparing for the next round. It will also be at a quite twisty track, Oschersleben. I'm not sure how comfortable you are at Oschersleben.
I like a lot of this track, but I never drive on this track with the Renault Clio, so I will see during the practice. But yes, I think the two race will on this track will really intense. So I hope another podium, maybe a win. We'll see. But yes. I think the next round was, really, really intense, really fun. And
Absolutely.
sorry for my English, it's
No,
not
it's
really
fine.
good.
Absolutely, your English is as good as mine, so no worries at all. Good luck with the preparations. Congratulations to the whole team and to yourself, and then we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes, and thank you for the broadcast, and see you soon.
No problem. See you soon. Ciao.
Ciao.
Next
Voilà,
up we
Christophe.
have oh, I'm sorry. You are in the broadcast and I just pulled you
Oh,
in. So François Strat, congratulations on winning the second heat. How was it?
yeah, thank you very much. I have to admit that I think that I had a little bug in iRacing because my wheel was connecting and disconnecting, like chain
I
disconnecting, and like 2 seconds before the green light, it reconnected, and I guess I had a little lag, but it was good for me because my friends told me that I started on red, but for me, on my replay, I start exactly on green.
Yeah.
So I guess I have like maybe 2 cents of a second in my advantage.
that's that's
Honesty.
that's a glitch you want. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think it's a good glitch. Everybody, not write that down. It
The
could
I,
work.
the start indeed was spectacular. I also immediately thought it must have been a jump start or the front row must have been sleeping, but the reaction time was absolutely amazing. And then I think almost for the whole race you had to not I for a big part of the race you had to defend to Lucas Talman, your teammate. How
Yeah.
was that?
That wasn't really hard because we were in the same lap times and he wasn't too aggressive because I mean I was in the front, nobody in the back. It was okay to let me stay in the front and not to have a battle.
It just felt like another practice session for you guys, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit, yes. In the end, yes, it was a little bit that.
Just like I said to Christophe, your teammate, super strong performance from the whole team, finishing in the top four in Heat 2 and also very strong performance in Heat 1. So absolutely nothing to be said about that. How are you looking forward to Oschersleben?
It's not the track that I have drive the most on, but I like it, and I guess we will work on it as usual and try to get a top five, whatever happens.
Yeah, that's a very good and realistic goal if I look at your numbers. So good luck with it, and
Thank you very much. And thanks to you guys because the broadcast is super high quality and it's a real pleasure to watch it.
That's
So congrats.
very nice to hear. We are looking forward to the next one in 2 weeks as well.
Good, cool. Thanks a
Cheers,
lot.
François. See you next time.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, next up, let's see. We have Simon Lemmens. Simon Lemmens finishing on the podium in the second heat with a third position. And Simon, correct me if I'm wrong. I also think you finished third in Heat 1, right?
Sorry, what did you say?
What was your finishing position in Heat 1? Was it also in the top three?
In the first race, I think it's 12. No, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's always difficult to remember. I'm sure I can find
Yes.
it somewhere.
I think 22,
How was
23.
your race? I think the second race was quite
Uh,
positive, right?
Very stressful in comparison to the first one. The first lap was a cow. Had a lot of luck, but I was very focused until the end of the race, and I try to be the more focused I can be.
Yeah, that's quite necessary on a track like this. I always think Virginia is a quite
Very
challenging track.
difficult track. Yes.
Yes, it's so easy
Very
to put
difficult.
one wheel on the ground or to get a slowdown as well. We saw some slowdowns, and yeah, you immediately lose so many positions because the CLIO Cup is
Yes.
quite close.
Yep. Yeah, I saw.
I don't know if you saw the qualifying times; they were so close to each other.
Yes.
It was
But
amazing.
I did a very bad qualifying. That's the reason,
Yeah, but
and it was very hard for me to put a lap time like this. It was impossible for me.
Yeah, so it's so technical. And but
Yeah,
the
it's
the
very.
second race, you gained quite some positions. I think
Yeah.
you gained 9 positions. You started in 21st, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's an amazing performance because the track is so hard
Yes,
to
thank you
pass.
so much. But
So
I had a little bit of chance too, but it was very risky, very
yeah,
cool. Very.
you didn't make any mistakes, or did you?
Oof. I did 3 or 4 mistakes, but luckily I'm still going on.
That's that's great to hear. Um, Oschersleben, how familiar are you with the track?
This one, honestly, it was the I trained on this track 1 week ago, and I played I think 2 hours a day, and I tried my best. That's the reason my
That's
qualifying
good
was not
preparation.
too bad. Yes, not a perfect preparation. I can do better, but I will try to do better for the next one.
Yes, that's Oschersleben indeed. So also a challenging and technical track.
Yes.
So I suggest you start training soon because it's going to be
tomorrow
difficult.
tomorrow morning.
I'm not sure about what the weather guy is going to say. This time you were lucky and it was a completely
Yes.
dry track, but you never know what's
Yes.
going to happen next.
Yes. I will do my best. Train tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. Good luck with that.
Thank you so much. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Cheers. See you next time,
Yes.
Simon.
Thank you.
And then we have one more interview to do, and that is with podium finisher Jentel van Tiele. Jentel, welcome.
Hello.
Congratulations. That's some good points for the championship.
Indeed, some kind of recovery of the incident that happened at Solder. My internet failed for the second race, so
Yep.
it
That's
was quite unlucky.
very shitty to happen, but nothing to do about it. Today you did score some proper points. Huh? The first race, let's see, the first race you were also third, so twice on the podium. That's quite a successful evening for you.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's the maximum that's in there because front with the 3 really good drivers from Delta, it's really difficult to stay in the front row because I can understand them. They see that they get away with 2 of them there driving, and the third one just keeps on attacking. So you can't really close the gap down to the first 2 guys, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
I imagine they wanted a podium finish for the whole team, but that's something you didn't allow them to do, and they really battled out very strong throughout the whole race. Herbignot was really attacking the whole time. At one point, I thought he made it past, but you were defending so strong to keep those guys behind. He proved he was fast because he won the first heat, and then just keeping behind. That's impressive.
Yeah, I think that the main problem that we can't overtake is because we're so close matched together. If you see the qualifying time, it's simply impossible to overtake and then get someone out of the draft. So once you get in a train, you stay there for all race.
Yeah, absolutely. In the beginning, there was also Delforge in the battle, but he had to pit. I'm not sure why yet. But if he stayed in the battle, then it could have been maybe differently as well, because then there's 3 guys attacking you together with Robrook, and that's hard to to maintain. But,
Yeah, indeed, that's also a bit of bad luck from on his side too. So
yes.
it made it a bit easier.
How do you like the weather conditions? You prefer dry or wet tracks?
Actually, I prefer wet with the CLIO Cup because then the skill gap becomes a bit more
Yeah.
big,
Yeah,
I guess.
the gaps are bigger indeed, and now it was so
Yeah,
close. Also,
yeah, and
the
especially on
qualifying
a drift.
times they were amazing. I think
Yeah,
the
I
top
mean
10 was like half a second apart.
it has to be expected that a track like Virginia, it's not the most difficult track and a lot of straight. So if you play out qualifying well, like we all did, I think, and
Yes,
you get a
but a
slipstream,
simple
it's
mistake
quite
can
easy.
be so expensive in terms of time.
Yeah, indeed, you have to watch out also during the race that you make no mistakes because once you lose the draft, it's basically game over.
All right. Perfect. So congratulations again, Jentel, and then good luck with the preparations for Oschersleben. We'll see each other again in 14 days.
Thanks. Thanks
Cheers.
for
Have a
broadcast
good
as
evening.
well. Bye.
Ciao. All right, and that's it for tonight's race. Very strong racing indeed. We saw so many good battles. We still have 4 rounds to go in the championship. The next one will be at Oschersleben, and then we have Nürburgring, Donington Park, and in the end, we close the championship on the 19th of May at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, a home base for many. So very much looking forward to that one as well. But first, we have a Motorsport Arena Oschersleben, 2 times 20 minutes races. Very exciting battles. That's a promise I can make you guys. We'll see each other then, and that's it for tonight for the BSRF CLIO Cup. Have a good one.
Goodbye.
You're back.
I'm still there. I was never gone. Just saving my voice.
Well, thanks anyway for joining the broadcast. I enjoyed it together. That's always a little bit more fun. We'll see each other in 2 weeks. Bye bye.